Hello, all. It's Monday, 11/11, Veterans Day. Thanks for those of you that have served in the military. And it is 9:33 a.m. Eastern. So the markets have just opened. I have a bunch of meetings this morning, so I'm trying to squeak in my 5 minutes just before I get in there. So this is going to be a quick one. But let's jump right in. First thing that we do in our 5-minute trading is we open up Tasty Trade. You can sign up for free, link in the description. Then I open up my market ETFs watch list, and I'm going to sort by percentage change. So I'm looking for things that are either down a lot or up a lot. And I can see immediately we have some big down moves in the metals. So GDX, GDXJ, GLD, SLV, all down. Oil is also down. Brazil is down. And then those are all like more than 1%, which is, a decent amount of move. Then we've got some that are down, but just a little bit. So typically I'm looking for pretty good size moves to do a trade in. So I'm probably going to stay away from these today. That's FXE, EM, TLT, and IYR. And then we got some big up moves. Look at that. UNG finally moving up after all of those days selling puts in UNG, it being way down at the bottom. It's finally had a little bit of a bump up. Let's look at my trades in there. So there we go. I got one in there that's now down to 5 cents. So I'm going to close that. Most trading platforms have a tolerance of which you can close a trade free. I think in Tasty Trade it's 5 cents. It may be more than that now, but generally speaking, like find out what that level is. I'll look that up actually for tomorrow. Find out what that level is and try to close your trades out below that level. That way you don't pay commission when you close the trades. And then I opened that one in UNG last week. That's around 38 cents. So I'm going to leave that going, but those are both in a good spot. So that's good news for those UNG trades. Happy about that. Let's look at the ones though that a couple here that aren't going my way, right? So I opened up some stuff in the metals last week. I opened up GDX and GDXJ, but I'm still good. Even with a 4% down move, my put is still out of the money in GDXJ. Let's look at my 4-day. Oh, so here we go. We got a problem here. GDXJ, I have a put that's in the money and it's only 4 days to go. So I'm going to actually roll that. So let's take a look here. I would buy it back for $1.12. It's the 48.5. So buy it back for $1.12, and then I'm going to sell. Well, see, I got a bit of an issue here. There's no 48.5. That sometimes happens with strikes don't exist from expiration to expiration, but I can still sell the 48 for $2.21. So I can collect another $100 to move that trade out another 20 days. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. And my hope is that by the time that 20 days is up, that this is starting to move up again. If it doesn't, I'll continue to roll it. Worst case scenario, I end up owning 100 shares of GDXJ, which I'll then sell calls against, and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. USO is also down. I got the 4-day, and I'm right at the money. I'm going to keep letting that one eke out. I probably should roll that, but I'm not. I'm going to just see what happens the rest of the week because this is Friday this week is expiration. Okay, cool. Now, with that said, though, when we look at these, we've got some definite areas that I would probably open trades in. So let's look at the 30 delta. I can open a trade at 36 in GDX. I can open a trade down here at 45 in GDXJ. What's USO doing? I can open a trade at way down at 68 in USO. And that's way down here. So I'm going to open all of those today. I'm probably going to open, what's the highest IV rank? So I've said this before on the channel, but sometimes I do a quick calculation. I'm not going to say this is like scientific in any way, but what I do is I divide the money that I would collect. So let's look at, first, let me back up. First thing I do is I look at as close to the 30 delta as I can. So in this case on GDX, I got a 36 delta. I look at how much I would collect for that. So it's 80 cents, and then what my max loss is, and I divide those out. So 80 divided by 3,520 is 0 0.022. So I'm just looking for what is the highest number there. So it's like a 0.02. That's typically pretty low. I'm looking for something the upper twos or the threes. Let's do the same thing in GDXJ. So go to GDXJ, look around the 30 delta. So I got 29 delta here. I'm going to collect $1.08 for $4,300 worth of risk. So that would be 108 divided by 4392, and that equals 0.024. So it's almost identical in terms of like risk reward ratio. Let's look at GLD. GLD is much more expensive, but we'll see. So I've got 31 delta there. I'm going to collect 223 divided by 23,475 equals. So that one's way low. Okay. And then let's look at SLV, and we'll kind of finish up here. SLV doesn't have a lot in it. There's a 33 delta there. Not perfect, but that's fine. That's 52 divided by 2647 equals 0.019. So the highest right now is GDXJ. Let's just do a quick comparison with USO. So if I were to open up that 31 delta, that's $154 divided by 6,646 equals, so that's 0.23. So actually the USO trade is the best ratio of risk to reward. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a trade in USO and GDXJ today. That's what I'm going to do. And then let's see if there's anything in where's EWZ at? Oh, so I'm probably going to close my EWZ trade. That's down. Even though EWZ is down, like I'm still making money on that trade. So that's in a good spot. Was I able to close UNG? Oh, I was able to close the one, right? Yeah. So good news. Like I got finally got that up move in UNG. I've got some up moves in IWM as well. I'm just noticing now it's moving up quite a bit more than the markets are right now. I opened a bunch of positions in IWM, if you remember, a few days ago. So I'm going to check those. Those are in my other account. So it looks like GDXJ and USO are the good ones to open up new trades today, and then potentially closing out winning trades in UNG and IWM. All right, this is a good day. Moves, we just want movement, up, down, around. That's what we're looking for selling puts and selling call spreads and things like that. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks.